How do you feel about samples now? Because I remember in high school you ain't really
I'm
like people.
I'm learning to sample my own shit. I'm trying to sample my own shit. You know, I'm back in the day. I didn't see. It's all been a learning process because I was very far removed from being a vocalist and learning vocal performance to the degree that a lot of the greats have been. So I'm open to samples. I like samples. I'm learning a lot about how long you can use of a sample, and I don't knock nobody for, you know, what they do musically. I believe that music is open to interpretation and everybody has a different perspective musically, you know, so, you know, it's all love to me.
That's what's up. But yeah, so
you asked me who was the first person to play. I have to say that I've had a lot of firsts. I've had Detroit Music Radio. Shout out to Detroit Music Radio. They played my tracks. Late Night was my first single I dropped in back in the day. God, you really took me back when you said that, because I can't even remember. It had to be something I made with Poe, because I've recorded with Poe Sane. Poe Sane was one of the first producers that I was recording with when I was at Finney. I would literally get out of Finney, leave school, I go right on left, knock on that nigga door, and I was recording. And niggas didn't know I was recording music in high school. And then at 18, I was blessed to go to Lola's nightclub in Harmony Park. Man, this club was so lit, but the club ain't had no liquor license. It was so much shit going on, but it was so many great motherfuckers that was in that fucking club. Shout out to Brandon Williams. One of the I'm gonna shout out a lot of people because
I don't give a fuck. We need to
always
to,
respect,
you know,
the people that
because they connect dots. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, we want love, and to get love, you gotta give it up.
You got to. So like, it was crazy because like Detroit Music Radio. I definitely feel like it's time now to try to get on them Battle of the Beats or Unsigned Hype with WJLB. I'm definitely trying to push, but it's definitely been for me more online music radio stations hit me up, or my people that really fuck with me like you know, playing my track. Because I must say, you probably was the first person that played anything that I was on. Because, you know, I do house music, R&B.
Yeah, because Dame came at me like, hey, play this. It's edited. I'm like, all right, cool. Play that shit. He would say he was hype as hell in class.
That's crazy. I didn't you just really encourage me, because I didn't even remember like sending you nothing.
I'm claiming that shit. You ain't sent it, nigga. You hand me the CD in the hallway.
Then I believe
in the morning, and then next thing you know, J Cash on the ones and twos. They said their little morning speech. Whoop de whoop. Played the record.
This is Finney.
Finney.
It had to been. I know. It had to been. I know.
How did you end up getting that dance thing after school? Because I used to be one of the females, but Michelle would not let me. My cousin Michelle,
Michelle.
They was petrified of Michelle. A chick find out Michelle, my cousin,
out to Michelle.
They stopped talking to me.
She married to Curtis. That's my
dog.
cousin.
That's my dog.
And shout out to Curtis, because Curtis
was doing what he always wanted to do.
Yeah, Curtis was always respectful and receptive. He was like, "That's my little cousin. You ain't about to fuck with that little nigga." But I thank God that I've always been abounding in love and covered by people that really respect me and fuck with me. And a lot of times in my life and in my walk, a lot of times that's very near and far. So I appreciate that.
My thing on that is like us being black, growing up in the ghetto, you know what I'm saying, growing up in impoverished neighborhoods. Me, I'm from Chelsea and Dickerson originally.
Born and
all right, so when I was a kid, gay people was bashed. It was like, it was harsh. Like right now, it's still going.
It's not going,
but it's not as bad as it was in the early 90s, because we was born in the 80s.
I'm gonna let you finish it.
All right, so in the 90s, I couldn't imagine what it was like in the 80s, because I was only 6 months going out the 80s. You see what I'm saying? But growing up in the 90s, I remember gay people getting chased. I remember sitting hearing stories about how my uncle or my cousin friends used to go to gay clubs and rob gay people without guns. And then they was like, man, some of them F words know how to fight. You see what I'm saying? So growing up in the 90s, the F word was everywhere. You see what I'm saying? So now we had to unlearn that and love our people, because it was like the suicide rate. And a lot of times we had gay relatives that was so deep in the closet, we didn't know they was gay. You see what I'm saying? Until they was grown. Or like Rudy Moore, what the fuck? Dolomite. I didn't know he was gay until like last
didn't
year.
know you are teaching me a lot right
So
now.
I didn't know he was gay. Matter of fact, I didn't know he was gay until this year.
I didn't know that because Dolomite was always fucking all the bad bitches.
No, he didn't.
Excuse my friend. Well, no, I'm saying
in the movies,
the image that was portrayed in a heteronormative expected society was portrayed as this pro bono black man who's macho, who's the lady lover, the lady getter, you know. But just to piggyback off what you said, bro, like for me, and I'm gonna just be very real because the Bible says we're overcome by the words of our testimony, and you talking to somebody, I went to Hosmer Elementary. I did the Tootsie Roll. This is going to be in my book. You know what I'm saying? I did the Tootsie Roll in elementary. Dancing. I'm a dude. I'm a funny dude. I've been the same nigga since I was a kid. I like to dance. I like to laugh. I like to sing.
So you've been flamboyant all your life?
There's that fucking word again.
No, you got to think about E40. E40, Mr. Flamboyant. You know E40 is Mr. Flamboyant.
Yeah. But that
I don't mean that. What I mean is your persona is.
Understand.
I don't mean flamboyant as in gay.
Understand. I'm tough tone. I'm not like I'm not a pussy. You know what I'm saying? I can take.
Nigga, I seen you spit a fucking razor out of your mouth and try to explain to me how I can do it. So you ain't gotta tell me. You can't. You ain't gotta tell me. I seen how Tupac was in the Butter Rim. He did that shit. He was like, I always got a razor. My mom. I'm like, man.
But I'm really about to put you in the game, and I'm gonna definitely stay on target. Doing the fucking Tootsie Roll in fucking Hosmer Elementary, everybody from that day called me Gay Shawn. So I had to go through
you
Hosmer,
was Gay Shawn forever.
You know, forever.
You still Gay Shawn.
But now I'm Gay Shawn that mess around, and Gay Shawn that write, and Gay Shawn that sing, and Gay Shawn that travel the fucking nation doing motherfucking music and representing for Detroit as much as I can. I'm underdog Gay Shawn. I'm Gay Shawn that his mother put him in a motherfucking performing arts school. And God is so awesome because people would think, just like Joseph with the coat of many colors, he was sitting up here avoiding his brothers and got sold off into slavery, but ended up being sold up into a situation where his path ended up putting him into a place of exhortation. Literally, people don't even understand
That's the same thing that happened with the Lion King, the Lion Prince that don't nobody really talk about, where the story of the Lion King came from, when they stole from an Asian company movie, but Lion King is a real person. King of Mali. And he was the master. He was the first master, which means king of all kings. And the crazy, before Master Musa.
Yeah, and the crazy thing was when you talk about how back in the day, back in the 90s, how that period for gay people or people identifying as gay was so tumultuous. This is why my mother sent me to performing arts schools, because you had Jenny Jones, you had Ricky Lake, where people were being honest with their feelings, gay men were being honest with their feelings and projecting their likes and their desires for people, trying to be understood when in a world when most people was fucking closeted.